Good morning to all. Today we will start talking about the memory system. Okay. The book is Hamacher. So, if you remember carefully, on the first day we had a diagram, that is basic building block of computer system. Okay. So, we had the processor here, and this is input output, and then we have memory. Okay. So, now we will be focusing, see, in last few classes we focus on processors, especially on ALU design. So, today onwards few more classes, around 5 to 6 classes we will be focusing on memory, on the memory subsystem or memory system. Okay. So, therefore, in today's class we will talk about how the processor interface or how the processor send the information to memory, and what is the organization, how it is organized within the memory. Okay, what is the organization of the memory? Okay. So, here the few important points. So, I must tell you, that is earlier also I talked to you regarding this matter, like let us say we have a processor here, and then we have a memory here. There are two important register, as you remember, here is something called MAR, that is memory address register to memory. Okay. So, obviously this is a bus. Okay. And then another important register is MDR, this is also this is bidirectional. Okay. So, apart from that, so there will be a set of control lines. So, that is read write and especially MFC. Read write basically decides whether it is a read operation or write operation. On the other hand, MFC is the memory function completes. Okay. These two control lines. So, this is basically data lines, data bus, and this is address bus. Okay. So, as I told earlier also, so processor, say suppose processor wants to read a word from a memory, then what has to do? Processor has to specify address or location in the memory, location of the word. Okay. So, that will be loaded. So, therefore, MAR will be loaded with the address. Okay. Now, there are important thing, see processor, that there is a term is called the number of address line. This basically decide what will be the maximum size of the primary memory. So, this is decides what will be the capacity of the processor, in a sense ki what will be the maximum size of the main memory, primary memory of the system. Okay. Once it is placed on the MAR, then rest of the task is, and along with that next part it will do ki it will issue, processor issues read signal if it wants to read it. Okay. So, issue the read signal to memory. Okay. Now, processor will see this entire memory is nothing but as a black box. So, now rest of the task, that retrieving the data from memory and placing on the data bus, is the task of the memory unit. So, this is we are saying ki memory unit. Okay. So, it will place the corresponding data on the data bus and inform to the processor by sending a signal is called the memory function complete. So, this may be the first step. Okay. So, then second step is memory unit places the data on the data bus of the system, okay, and send MFC signal to processor, and after that this data will be stored into the MDR. Okay. So, this is the entire operation interfacing between the memory and the processor. So, this is, as I said, this is a processor, this is the memory unit. So, there are few terms, and we must talk about the organization of the memory. So, next we will talk about organization of memory. There is a term is called memory access time. So, memory access time is nothing but when the operation start and then when the operation ends. So, between this time period is called the memory access time. Okay. So, any operation, so if it is the read operation, so then issuing the time duration, you can write it here, time duration between the issuing on operation is maybe read or maybe write, okay, and completion of that operation. This is called the memory access time. Okay. So, there is another term is called memory cycle time. Memory cycle time is the time difference between two successive operations. Let us say we have one read operation and then next is also the read operation. So, the time difference it is, let us say T1 time, this is T2 time. So, then memory cycle time will be T2 minus T1, that is something called memory cycle time. And you must have heard the name of the memory is called random access memory. So, or RAM. So, random access memory is something like that, whenever you access, whether it is a read operation and write operation, it takes a fixed time. I am not saying ki read and write will take the same time. I am saying ki for any read operation or write operation, it will take fixed time, which is independent of the any particular location. So, therefore, whether it is a write operation, so all write operation will take fixed time, it is a fixed time and that is a constant. Similarly, for read operation it will take fixed time, that is also constant and across the locations, that is why it is called the random access memory. Basically, we are focusing on primary memory. So, primary memory consists of random access memory or it can be ROM also. Okay. So, now we will see the organization of the memory. So, we start with a simple organization, then we will move on to the more complex organization of the memory. So, let us say as we know that each flip flop store one bit of information. So, that is we can say is the one single cell. Okay. So, suppose we want to form a memory, it is like we have a one flip flop here, then we have another flip flop here. Similarly, see what we wanted to do, we will form the memories because this is this will store only one bit, one flip flop. So, we want to develop a memory system which is let us say 4 into 4, that means it should have, it is forward memory, okay, because forward why. So, in a row we have 4 flip flop, that means each flip flop can store single bit. So, therefore, it can what size is the 4. Okay. So, this is something called the 4 into 4 because we have 4 rows and 4 column. Okay. So, now this organization is something like that, these 4 will be needs to be activated at the same time. So, this is something called decoder. Let us say this is A0, this is A1 this is 2 to 4 decoder. Okay. Next, flip flop should have one input and it should have output. Now, we will have a special circuit here, it is called sense or write. Okay. And we have ORD and R bar and CS chip select. Okay. So, here what we have here, we have 4 rows. Okay. So, for detect any one of the row, we need 2 address line. So, therefore, we have 2 address line, and how do you select? Using 2 address line, we need to select the 4 one any one of the 4. So, therefore, we need to have the one decoder. So, that therefore, we introduce here 2 to 4 decoder. Okay. And then what next? Next is each flip flop. Okay. So, each flip flop is having, so this is, so let us say this is input, this is output. Okay. So, we can say this is, let us say, or this is input or this is output, whatever you can say is, let us say this is B, this is B dashed. Okay. So, here this is B, this is B dashed. So, this is 0. Okay. So, this is B, B dashed, this is 1, this is B, B dashed, this is 2, this is 3. Okay. So, what happened? So, this is actually, it is connected with data line of the memory, that is D0, D1, D2 and D3. Suppose processor wants to read the data, so then what will happen? So, it inform to the memory using the signal, as I said earlier, that read signal. So, using the signal read. Okay. And because it is bubble here, so therefore, it is not, so it should be 0. Okay. Now, and then address needs to be placed. So, address is nothing but, so there are 4 rows. So, processor should generate only, processor should have only 2 address line, or processor should have a mechanism that only 2 address line will be activated for this memory. So, that 2 address line, let us say this is 1 1. Now, this is 2 to 4 decoder. So, therefore, this line will be activated here. This is activated means this process, this flip flop will be activated, this flip flop will be activated, this all flip flop will be the flip flop in the last row will be activated simultaneously. Now, what happened? It is a read signal. So, read signal means whatever the available in, say, let us say read, right. So, B3 dashed. So, that will be passed here, and then from here you will get the information here D3. Similarly, you will get that information D2, D1 and D0. So, this eventually this is connected with the data bus of the system. Similarly, if the processor wants to write it, then processor has to specify the address where it wants to write and then what to write. So, therefore, in the first diagram here, processor should place this, here we talk about the read. Similarly, for write, processor must place the address and the content which needs to be written to the memory. So, therefore, these two should be MAR and MDR should be full, should be placed, and then that what function, that is W bar, W, I think RD bar and W. So, W should be 1, and therefore, this data will be placed on the particular address here. So, here we go. So, that data is available in the data bus of the system through MDR, and that data will be passed through this circuit here, and then it will be here, let us say, yeah, this is the input. So, it will go to the flip flop input, that is B0 to B3. So, this is a simple diagram for the memory system. So, from here what we learn, that we have to identify that how many rows are there, accordingly we have to fix a what is called is suitable decoder, and similarly we have to fix on the data line also, that we will see with few more examples. So, we will continue with this the same topic, that is memory organization. Suppose we have a memory of 32 into 32, that means it has 32 rows and each row has 32 bits. So, its meaning is it has 32 rows and 32 column. Okay. That means total memory is how much? So, total is, what is that? This will be 2 to the power 5, this will be 2 to the power 5. So, it will be 2 to the power 10 bits. Okay. So, now question is how to make this organization into the 1K into 1 memory unit. See, we have the memory where we have 32 rows and 32 columns. That means each row consists 32 bits, okay, 32 flip flop. So, you have to convert this one, the organization, into, you will have the column is 1K. So, that means 2 to the power 10, sorry, 2 to the power 10 rows, and each row will have only 1 bit. Okay. So, if you see here, so we have a flip flop, so 32, okay, let us say here, similarly you have so on. Okay. We have drawn it here. So, we have 32 into 32. Okay. So, first you try to understand that we want to form how many rows. So, that is 2 to the power 10 rows, and each row should consist 1 flip flop. Okay. So, therefore, what we can do it, so we have the address line starting from A0 to A10. So, what we can do it, A0, A1, A2, A3, A4. So, these 5 address line we should select any one of the row here. So, we have 32 rows. So, it should select any one of the rows, and the address line from A5 to A9. Okay. So, these 5 address lines should select, this should be 5 to 32 mask. So, this is 32 cross 1 mask. So, therefore, first you select one particular row, and after selecting particular row you will have, each row will have 32 flip flop. So, these all flip flop will be activated here, because you are selecting the entire row here. Once it gets selected the all flip flop in a row, then you select any one of the flip flop. So, for choosing that which flip flop you will choose, you use a mask, and select line of the mask will be A5 to A9. So, then you can select any one of the flip flop here, and then whatever the content will be there you pass here. So, that will be the data line. So, let us say this is D0. So, then what happened? So, how many combination we are getting? So, address we are getting 10, and then output data line we are getting 1. So, therefore, this total memory will be 1K into 1. Is it okay? Here what we have, okay, maybe I can draw it here. So, we have 32 cross 32 cells. Okay. So, each row has 32 cells. Okay. So, let us say here how many rows? So, what W0 to 31. Now, we have a, here we can put a 5 bit decoder. So, 5 to 32 decoder. Okay. And then what will happen? So, we will choose any one of the 32 rows, and let us say we choose this 31 row. That means we choose means all 32 flip flop is on right now. So, that is on because we have the address line from A0 to A4. Okay. Now, we have another circuit here. below. So, that is essentially is 32 to 1 output multiplexer. So, this is multiplexer or mask. Okay. So, here. So, we have each flip flop is connected, say each flip flop here is connected with this mask here. So, it has line say 32, say 0 to 31, and then we have select line for mask is 5. So, that is A5 to A9. So, now if you see here we have address line here. So, total number of address line here is A0 to A9, but we divided into first some portion is A0 to A14 for selecting any one of the row, and rest we are selecting, we are using to as the select input for the mask, and which essentially select any one of the 32 lines that will pass, any one of the 32 flip flops input will be passed to the output mask. So, this is the output of the mask. Okay. Similarly, this can be also used as a input multiplexer when you want to what is called is you want to write the data from the output to the any one of the flip flop. So, therefore, this will give you the memory 1k into 1 memory chip. Okay. So, similarly, let us say you have a organization, let us say of a 2m into 32 memory module, organize a 2m into 32 memory module using 512k into 8 memory chip. Okay. So, what you have to organize? So, you have to organize in such a way that there should be a twice m means 2 million, right. So, 2m address 2m address line, that means 2m row, and each row consists of 32 flip flop, and you are given that a memory chip of size which has row 512k into 8, that means 512 kilobyte. Okay. So, then what you have to do from using this one, you have to form this memory module. As you understand here, how many address line of this memory chip has? So, 512k, then means how many address line? So, 2 to the power 9 into 2 to the power 10 into 8, right. So, this memory chip has 2 to the power 9 address line. Okay. And word length is 1 byte or 8 bits, whereas that memory we need to form should have 32 bits, that means word length is 4 byte. Okay. And number of address line for this one, number of address line will be 2m. 2m means 2 into 2 to the power 20. So, total address line will be 21. So, that given chip has address line 19. Okay. So, we have to form a memory module which should have the address line 21 and data should be 32, not 8. So, therefore, what we can do? We combine, say let us say we have 2 to the power 19, we have to form 2 to the power 21, and then first we decide the what is called the word length. Word length of the chip is 8, you have to make it 32. So, therefore, how can you do that? Say we have a memory chip here, that is 512k into 8. So, you have to form 32. Similarly, what you can do it here, 512k into 8, 512k into 8, 512k into 8. So, if you combine this one in a particular row, so then you will get 8 bit here, you will get 8 bit here, you will get 8 bit here, you will get the 8 bit here. So, total that word length will be 32. Now, how many rows you have to form? So, from here you will get the 19 lines, okay, but how many address line you have to form, that is 21. So, another 2 more address line. So, 2 more address line means how many rows it will form. So, total number of rows will be 4. So, we have already 1. So, now this will be another 1. This is not a flip flop, this is a memory chip of size 12K into 8. Okay. So, this is 512K into 8, this is 512K into 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then you should have one more. Okay. So, then what next? What you have to do? You have to choose the rows. Okay. For say, so this is like, okay. So, first let us say A0 to A18 address line. Okay. So, this is, this address line should go here. So, this should, what it will do? It will select the, say what we can do it here, we can, so it should select the all line right here. So, this is connected, this is connected, this is this, 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 this. Okay. So, therefore, when we place the address, that is A0 to A18, that 19 address line, all these will be selected. So, this same information will go here, all chips. Okay. Now, we should have a decoder here to select which particular row will be finally selected. So, therefore, A0 to 18, so then A19 and A20. Okay. So, this is the total address line. So, this is 224 decoder. So, decoder will have 4. So, these will be connected here, this will be connected here, this will be connected here, this will be connected here. Okay. So, now when you place the address, that is 21 address. So, lower bit 19 address will select the chips, okay, individual chip. So, either here it will send to the all chips, the same information will go to the all chips. But thing is that out of that, when we will get the information A19 to A20, these two will decide that which particular row will be selected. Let us say it is decided that 10. So, 10, this is 00 row, this is 01 and this is 10. So, this particular line will be activated. Earlier this one also will be connected here. So, as I did it here, yeah, this is because this is the 19 address. So, sorry, okay. So, here, okay. So, now this address will be selected first. First is this all chip using address line 0 to 19, and next using A19 to A20, it will select this entire all rows. Once it is selected, then whatever the output, what is the output of this flip flop? So, it should have a data line. So, that should be placed. So, let us say we connect it here. So, here, similarly here, similarly here, similarly here. So, this is a one single chip here. This single chip will have the address line, we know that is 512 into 8. So, therefore, this will be giving D0 to D7, this will give D8 to D15, this will give D16 to what? D23, this will give D24 to D31. So, therefore, this is the total organization where we are getting 2M address line, that is 21 address line, and then word length is 32. Okay. So, I stop here.